everybody, and welcome back to Nonsense Reviews. The name is Brian Chevrolet, and today we're gonna be talking about a brand new Transformer movie, and that is Transformers 1. This movie features the voice talents of Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Brian Tyree Henry, Keegan Michael Key, John Hamm, and many more. I have to say, I've been a fan of most classic IP when it comes to classic cartoons. I'm a big TMNT guy. I never understood the appeal of the Transformers franchise as a kid. When growing up with Cartoon Network, there was this, not those original series, but Transformers Cybertron, which I saw like by the side, but I do remember the theme song, and it's a very cool theme song. But overall, the Michael Bay movies, they really never caught my attention. The Bumblebee one, though, the Bumblebee one was a lot of fun. But I saw the first Transformers movie from Michael Bay. It was a hit or miss, and the sequel was way worse, and then the other movies that followed it up. But the thing about Transformers is that it has a massive audience, surprisingly so. A lot of people like those movies. Those movies have made bank in the theaters. And so while the first one didn't work for me, it worked for so many people. But I think it is about time to like bring something fresh to the franchise. And when I saw the announcement of Transformers One, I thought, this is interesting. And yes, everyone loves the Peter Cullen voice of Optimus Prime. He's a legend in the voiceover world, and people were not really that thrilled when they heard that Chris Hemsworth was gonna take the role of Optimus Prime, or the character that turns into Optimus Prime, and people were skeptical about it. And I went to this movie not as a Transformers fan, but as an animation fan overall. I have to say this movie is a banger. I really enjoyed this movie. I didn't have any expectations coming into this movie. Maybe expecting more or less the same thing from Bumblebee, or some something tragic like the first few Transformers movie. But this movie was actually very good. I like the visuals of it, the development of the characters. We see at the beginnings of the rivalry between Optimus Prime and Megatron, but how we get there, how we get to that iconic rivalry, it was amazing. When it comes to the action parts of the movie, one of my biggest complaints of the Transformers franchise is that I just can't easily follow up in the action because the way it was filmed and all that. I love the action in this movie. I It was easy to follow. I didn't get lost in any way. And for a Transformers movie, a movie that's geared towards mostly kids, I mean, as the franchise as a whole is geared towards kids, I was surprised at how graphic the violence in the movie is. Again, we don't see blood splatter or anything like that, but when it comes to like the fights and when characters kill other characters or when they attack, it's pretty graphic, and I kind of dug it. I kind of dug it from this movie. Keegan Michael Key, he's a scene stealer. I love his interpretation of B, and he was my favorite through the movie. One of the things that work with this movie is the humor, and it's funny, very funny. There's this running bit that I love every single time. I told my friend like this is classic Joe Star move because every time they did the running gag, I just loved it. There's this classic this cameo. I was listening to the John Campea show when he was reviewing the Transformers One movie, and he said something about a Keegan and Key joke that was present, a cameo joke in this movie. And I like Key and Peele. I love their comedy bits. And when I heard the small joke in the movie, I took me a minute, and then I got it, and then I was, oh, so that's what he was saying. And I really like the way they did that. But overall, The humor in this movie works. The action sequences of this movie work. The voice acting is fantastic, and I really think that this is the beginning of a great new chapter in in the Transformers franchise as a whole. I think they should stick to animation. I think it works in animation much better, and I cannot wait to see the sequel. I love this movie. Uh, is it better than Inside Out 2? No way, but this is very good. The thing that I like the most about this movie is that it is so engaging. Usually, the kids are rowdy in theaters. The kids were engaged. They were laughing at the jokes, but they weren't messing around in the theater. They were just paying attention to the movie. So that really works too. And we had a pleasant time at the movie theater. When I saw the theater packed with kids, I was a little worried, but they behaved throughout the whole movie. They loved it. I loved it too. So for me, it is a solid 4 out of 5. Definitely recommended to people that like animated movies as a whole. But this is not just a kids movie. This works for adults as well. Again, the action is so good, and definitely recommend it. You gotta check it out in the movie theaters. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this brand new nonsense reviews. Let me know what movies should I check out. I'm still waiting for Sonic 3, but I may review a film or two on the way. Anyways, guys, thank you so much, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.